Hello, I'm Jill.
And I'm Jenna.
Welcome to ASL Stew.
So, today is the next in our Deaf History series. And today we're going to be talking about Unity for Gallaudet, also known as DPN2.
So, Unity for Gallaudet started in May of 2006. And that's because Gallaudet decided to pick their next president. And that would be the 9th president after I. King Jordan. Remember, he was the 8th, so now they were voting for the 9th. And the person who ended up being picked was Dr. Jane K. Fernandez. And she is deaf. But many people did not want her as president. And some people who criticized the protest said it's because she wasn't deaf enough. Because she is deaf, she was born deaf, but she didn't learn sign language until later in adulthood. But that wasn't the actual reason. The protesters themselves said that it was because she was not connected to the students, she didn't understand them, plus the faculty was surveyed in a poll, and they said, would you support her as the new president, as a candidate at that time? And they said, no, we don't like her. We wouldn't support her.
So, after Fernandez was voted in, they had an assembly, and a graduate student by the name of Ryan Commerson got up, said one sentence, just one sentence, and then walked out. And they actually called the campus police to force him from the campus.
Right. Ryan Commerson, interestingly enough, was an old professor of mine at a college when I was in Michigan. And he taught the deaf culture class, which was really cool. I love that class. So interesting, small world. Now, after Ryan went ahead and left the assembly, a lot of people followed him. And then the new student body government president, who had just been elected, Noah Beckman, he went ahead, he got up on the stage and encouraged people to go out and stand at the front gate. That was the same where they went for DPN. So he said, stand out there and protest. So he encouraged people to go out there and stand at the front gate and to protest there.
After that happened, the students set up a bunch of tents, like a tent city, all over. And that was just showing more of their protest. One of the Board of Trustee members, Celia Baldwin, said she was resigning due to personal threats. So she resigned, and after that, the tent city broke up because the semester was done and it was starting summer term, so things kind of died down.
So, after summer semester was over, they started fall semester and the students came back to campus. And the Student Congress had a vote of no confidence for Fernandez. And then on October 1st, they tried to set up Tent City again, but there was a bit of a problem. So the next day, October 2nd, they revived Tent City.
Then the students decided to take over a building called Hall Memorial. So they went in, they locked themselves in, they couldn't have class there, all activities were suspended, everything stopped. And that was part of their protest. So ended up forcing the administration to set up negotiations with the students to try and solve this. On October 6th, public safety forced their way into the building and forced the students out. They started taking them out.
On October the 12th, the police were called to start arresting students. And the next day on Friday, called Black Friday, which is October the 13th, it's called that because Jordan, the president at that time, had told the police to come and arrest people on campus, the protesters. So that means 133 student protesters were arrested for civil disobedience. And even the police themselves didn't want to come because they felt like really the students weren't doing anything wrong, but the president insisted that they go ahead and do the arrest.
The next day, October 14th, the protest number went from 300 to over 1,000 people, including alumni, some who actually flew in to support the protest, including the NAD president who actually came to lend support to the protest.
And the NAD president was actually on vacation at that time and decided to cut the vacation short to come and support the protest, which means a lot.
Then, on October the 19th, the Washington Post, which is a local newspaper, decided to print an article talking about what was happening in Gallaudet. And that really screwed things up for the Board of Trustees because there was a lot of media pressure on them now.
2 days later, on October the 21st, 4,000 people went to the Capitol and marched in D.C. 4,000 people. Then, after this huge protest march, on the 29th of October, the Board of Trustees decided to fire Fernandez or remove their appointment of her for president.
Then, on December the 10th, the Board of Trustees decided to name Robert Davila the interim president, just temporarily, to make sure they could find the right person for the president. So he was temporary. And then 2 years later, in October, the Board of Trustees named Alan Hurwitz for Gallaudet's 10th president. So they nominated him and he was accepted.
So, yes, sometimes this is called DPN2, but it was actually a different situation. Before, with the first DPN, that was actually because they needed and wanted a deaf president. Now, they actually had a deaf president, plus the next nominee was deaf as well. But they wanted to make sure that that president had a good relationship with the students and the faculty. And without that, that would have meant there wouldn't have been unity for the campus and it wouldn't have ran well. So they wanted to make sure that unity was set. And that's why they protested for their rights. And they were well organized and they had a lot of support, which means they were successful.
So that is today's video in the Deaf History series. Let us know if there's any other deaf historical events you want us to talk about. Maybe it's something you've wanted to learn about or anything. Let us know. And if you like this video, please click like and
subscribe. It's really important you subscribe. And remember, there's that little bell. Click that. That way you'll get notifications when we make new videos. And you'll be the first to know. Also, if you want to provide support, you can do so by checking out our Patreon page if you want to donate monthly, or you can look down below in the description and we'll have a link for our coffee money, which she likes, not for me. I don't like coffee. Any support you give us, we really appreciate it. Plus, any likes and comments as well. That's wonderful. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye!